Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's learn that is NCRT Class 9 Economics Chapter 1, the story of village Palampur. Before going to the lesson, let me know about the meaning of economics. Economics is a social science concerned with the production, distribution of goods and services. It also includes the studies how individuals, businesses and governments and nations make choices about how to allocate resources. In this class, we will learn how resources can be used in the different combinations to produce desired goods and services. Organization of production. The aim of production is to produce the goods and services that we want. There are four requirements for production of goods and services. The first requirement is land and other natural resources such as water and forests and minerals. And the second one is labor. Second requirement is labor. It is people who will do the work. Some production activities required highly educated workers to perform the necessary task. Highly educated workers means that is skilled workers. So skilled workers refers to is any worker who has special skill, training, knowledge which they can then apply to their work. Other activities required workers who can do manual work. Each worker is providing the labor necessary for production. And the third one requirement is physical capital. It is a variety of inputs required at every stage during the production. What are the items that come under physical capital is that is tools and machines, buildings and some kind of the electronic like generators like that. The tools and machines range from the very simple tools such as farmer's plough to machines like such as generators, turbines, computers, etc. Buildings can be used in the production over many years and are called as a fixed capitals. So fixed capital is nothing but it refers to the investment made by the business for the acquiring long term assets. And here raw materials and money in hand production. See, in production, we requires a variety of raw materials such as the yarn used by the weaver and the clay used by the potter. Also, some money is always required during production to make payments and buy other necessary items. Raw materials and money in hand are called working capital. So another the fourth requirement is there is a fourth requirement too. You will need knowledge and enterprise to be able to put together land, labor, and physical capital and produce an output either to use yourself or to sell in the market. This is we call human capital. So we are discussing about this organization of production because of in this story how production takes place. The small story about this Palampur. Palampur is a village in the western part of Uttar Pradesh. The purpose of story is to introduce some basic concepts relating to the production, and this we do through the story of hypothetical village called Palampur. Palampur is well connected with the neighbor village and towns. Raiganj, a big village, is around 3 kilometers from the Palampur. An all-weather road connects the village to the Raiganj and further on to the nearest small town called like Shahpur. Many kinds of the transport are visible on this road, starting from bullock carts, tangas, tractors, and trucks, motorcycles, and jeeps, because they are loading using the production whatever they produce they are taking from one place to another cities. So they are loaded with the jaggery and other commodities to motor vehicles like motorcycle, jeeps and tractors and trucks. And this village also have about 450 families belonging to several different castes. The upper caste families own the majority of land in the village, and their houses, some of them quite large. They are made up of brick and cement plastering, and the SC like Dalits, they are comprise one third of the population, and they are living in one corner of the village, and they are living in such a small houses like made up of mud and straw. And electric connections and electricity powers all the tube wells in the fields and is used in the various types of small businesses. And Palampur also has two primary schools and one high school. There is a primary health center run by the government and the one private dispensary where the sick are treated. The story of Palampur, an imaginary village, will take us through the different types of the production activities in the village. In village across India, farming is the main production activity. The other production activities referred to as a non-farming activities. It refers to like shopkeeping, dairy, and some kind of the fishery. All these includes in the non-farming activities. So farming in the Palampur. So land is fixed in this farming main production activity in the Palampur. So land 75% of the people who are working are the dependent on the farming and other activities. They could be farmers or farm laborers. The well-being of these people is closely related to the production on the farms. But since 1960 in Palampur, there has been no expansion in land area under the cultivation. By then, some of the wastelands in the village had been converted to cultivable land. There exists no further scope to increase farm production. And the second point is there a way one can grow more from the same land? Yes, all the land is cultivated in the Palampur, no land is left idle. During the rainy season, the farmers grow jawar and bhajra. These plants are used as a cattle feed, and it is also followed by the cultivation of potato between October and December. In in the winter season, that is called rabi, that fields are sown by with the wheat. From the wheat produced, farmers keep enough wheat for the family's consumption, and they sell surplus wheat to the market of Raiganj. A part of the land area is also devoted to the sugarcane, which is harvested once in a year, that is raw form of jaggery. The main reason why farmers are able to grow three different crops in the year in Palampur is due to the well developed system of irrigation, electricity, all these things in the Palampur. Its a major impact was to transform the system of irrigation. So, like Persian wheel were till then used by the farmers to draw water from the wells, and they can irrigate small fields. People saw that the electric run tube wells could irrigate much larger areas of land more effectively. Soon, however, farmers started setting up private tube wells as well. As result, by mid 1970s, the entire cultivated of 200 hectares was irrigated. To grow more than one crop on the piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. It is the most common way of increasing production on the given piece of land. All farmers in Palampur grow at least two main crops. Many are growing potato as the third crop in the first 15 to 20 years. You can see the cultivated area over the years in this map, and you have farming in the Palampur. You have seen that one way of increasing production from the same land is by multiple cropping. The other way is use modern farming methods for higher yield. Yield is measured as a crop produced on the given piece of land. During a single season, till the mid 1960s, the seeds used in cultivation were traditional ones with relatively low yields. Traditional seeds needed less irrigation. Farmers used cow dung and the other natural manure as fertilizers. All these were readily available with the farmers who did not have to buy them. After the Green Revolution in the late 1960s, introduced the Indian farmers to cultivation of wheat and rice using high yielding varieties of seeds. These high yield variety seeds were developed by scientists to improve the food supplies and reduce famine in the developing countries. These seeds can produce up to 10 times more crops than regular seeds on the same area of land. So, what happened? As a result, the same piece of land would now produce far larger quantities of the food grains than was possible earlier. pesticides to produce best results. Higher yields were possible only from a combination of these seeds. So, farmers of Punjab and Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh were the first to try out this modern farming method in the India. In Palampur, the yield of wheat grown from the traditional varieties was 1300 kg per hectare. With the high yield variety of seeds, the yield went up to 3200 kg per hectare. There was a large increase in the production of the wheat. Farmers now had greater amounts of surplus wheat to sell in the markets. So, modern farming methods required the farmers to start with more cash than before. So, will the land sustain? Land being a natural resource, it is necessary to be careful in its use. Scientific reports indicate that the modern farming methods have overused the natural resources. In many areas, green revolution is associated with the loss of soil fertility due to the increased use of chemical fertilizers, and also continuous use of groundwater for tube-well irrigation was lead to the depletion of water table. Environmental resources like soil fertility and groundwater are built up over years. Once destroyed, it is very difficult to restore them. We must take care of the environment to ensure future development of agriculture. So, how is the land distributed between the farmers? In Palampur, or you must have realized how important land is farming. Unfortunately, not at all the people engaged in the agriculture have sufficient land for the cultivation. In Palampur, about one third of the 450 families are landless. It is 150 families, most of them Dalits, have no land for cultivation. Of the remaining families who own the land, 240 families cultivate small plots of the land less than 2 hectares in size. Cultivation of such plots does not bring advocate income to the farmer's family. You can see the large number of small plots scattered around the villages in the picture. These are cultivated by the small farmers. On the other hand, more than half of area of the village is covered by the plots that are quite large in size in Palampur. There are 60 families of medium and large farmers who cultivate more than 2 hectares of the land. A few of the range farmers have land extending over 10 hectares or more. So with this, I'm going to end this topic. In next coming video, I'll be discussing the remaining part of this lesson. Thank you for watching.